This is Cerebro Soul Podcast, the inner dive for those remembering something ancient within themselves. My name is Rain, and it is 11:11 as we begin. A moment many experience as a pause, an opening. Welcome. May we approach this space with gratitude and respect for the land, its first stewards, and one another as we explore inner life. So let us invite clarity, truth, and wisdom, allowing everything else to gently fade away. Hello, beautiful hues. Welcome, all beings of light, to today's episode. Today we're going to talk about basically our yes and no, but we're going to focus on questions. So I've asked for this episode because originally I was supposed to interview somebody and invite them on the show because they've been practicing their yes and no. And I wanted to interview them to see how their process is going and any questions that they have, because I didn't really have answers to some of the questions they had. They were really interesting, and it's not some of the questions that I had on my path and my journey with my yes and no. So I thought that I would channel a being of the highest good and most benevolent light to answer those questions. The episode did not work. There was so much resistance, technological failure. I mean, it was a lot. And so I just had to stop and check in with my guides and say, is this aligned? And they were like, no, it's not aligned, which annoyed me a little bit because I was like, you guys said it was aligned. And they're like, yes, but sometimes you need the experience of something to create this now moment. And so the experience that I went through in seeing how it wasn't working and then understanding in hindsight why it wasn't working helped me create this episode in this now moment with the idea of channeling energies from Jupiter and channeling energies from Saturn, because I asked him, I feel like there's some energies there that want to come through, and I said, who wishes to come forth? And those two energies wanted to come forth. Now, I know for a lot of us, it's a little bit too out there to go, what do you mean you're going to channel energies from Saturn and energies from Jupiter? That's a bit crazy. But if you go with the philosophy and the idea that everything exists, or that everything is possible, that if you close your eyes, or not even close your eyes, because sometimes it's a little bit too scary, but if you just lower your gaze and set your intention to dive within, you have access to all of it with your imagination. And whether you believe that that's only coming from you as a separate being, or that it's coming from the connection with life and the all that is, well, it still exists. It is still created in this moment. And so with working with setting our sacred space with intention that we only invite the highest good and most benevolent light, then it is possible that energies from Jupiter and energies from Saturn can be given a voice, a consciousness, and we can allow that energy from deep within ourselves, because we are connected to everything that is possible. We can allow that energy to come forth and bring forth deep insights. So I hope that if you haven't listened to it already, you go listen to the episode, The Body as a Compass. I think that's what it was called. But because that episode is kind of a precursor, and you don't need to listen to it first, but it'll bring in some good information as to how to set your yes and no. But this one will be just as valuable if you listen to it now or whenever. It'll be just as good. So I hope that you enjoy. So this will really answer any questions that anybody has about your yes and no. Okay, enjoy. We are the energies combined together of Jupiter and Saturn to speak about knowing your yes and no. Knowing yourself is a core practice. If you're diving within, we are here to guide you in this now moment within this particular practice. Jupiter is here as the most expanded celestial body planet of the solar system. When it comes to knowing our yes and no, we are strong and anchored into this practice. Nothing can come close to our energies, to our boundaries, our inner core. Any celestial beings that come close to us is simply no match, because we are so set in who we are, in where our boundaries are, in our own practice. And Saturn is here because Saturn has not only its own physical layers, Saturn provides outer boundaries that provide a nuanced energy as to what can enter where, how, when, depending on its position, depending on how it feels in the moment. Saturn provides a more nuanced perspective into a yes and no in the moment. And so combining these both energies together, we can come forth and enlighten what wants and needs to be enlightened for your own practice. Whether that practice is just listening to this in this now moment, then that is as far as the practice needs to be. Now, when we ask a question and we ask our body if this is a yes or a no, we do not have to ask it separate from ourselves. We do not need to say, body, is this true for you? No. You ask as if you are the body, because you are the body in this now moment. You declare it, and the body will respond yes or no with feelings. And so if you state by declaring it that your name is so and so, and it is a truth, your body will respond in a sense of expansion. If you state that your name is so and so and it is a lie, your body will respond in collapse. And so that is the first approach. We ask in direct statement to ourselves, I would need magnesium right now. And then we wait for the body's response of a yes or a no. It is in my best interest to go out with my friends tonight. And we wait for the body's yes or no. Now, the second approach is what kind of questions we are asking. Well, if we are going to play into the future or into the past, then the yes and no becomes very different. When we ask questions, for example, will I meet someone, or I meet someone in the future? Our yes and no becomes different because now we are entering the world of possibilities, but we are also playing with different energies. We are opening a door that needs or wants or shouldn't be opened. We are swaying away from presence. And so the yes and no from the body will be very different than if you're asking and declaring a question within the now moment. Why? Because sometimes we are not ready to hear a certain answer in the now moment. Experience makes us ready for the answer. If we are going to use just an example, this does not apply to any one of you. We need to mention this because some of you will believe that we are directly speaking to you, and even though yes, we are in fact directly speaking to you, we are directly speaking to you in saying that this is just an example. All right. So when we ask the question, will I have children in this life? Well, now we are swaying away from a declaration. Do you feel that energy? I will have children in my life. So, will I have children in my life? We are moving away from declaration. We are embodying a different vibration, different frequency. We are not declaring it for the body to receive it. Declare it so. I will have children in this lifetime. And you get a no. Oh, and now that is absolutely devastating because it seems like you really want to have children in this lifetime. But who you are as a mother or a father is maybe not who you are right now. And that doesn't mean that it isn't happening or it will not happen. However, the body has so much wisdom, and it will not reveal wisdom that isn't needed to be revealed in the now moment. Sometimes because the mystery of life needs to happen. Sometimes because we are not ready to hear the truth. And that the truth is what you need to hear in the now moment. This one is the hardest one for anyone to assimilate. Truth, with a capital T, is what is needed to be heard in the now moment, because there is only now. There is only now. The future exists only as possibility, and the past exists as a distant memory. And even when they are recalled, even when they are tuned into, they are done so in the now moment. It is always done in the now moment. There is only now. So can a yes and no response change as time goes by, as experience takes place? Yes, it can. It can. Because there is no absolute. Even in destiny, there is no absolute. Everything is possible at all time. At all given time, everything is always possible. Always. All frequencies, all possibilities. You're just placing your awareness on one of them. And so this is why we encourage practitioners to sway away from future questions. And then the same can be told about past questions. For deep healing to come forth, the yes and no will vary depending on what you need to hear in the now moment. Always. And I know this is a lot to digest, a lot to take in, because for a lot of us it plays trick on, well, am I being lied to? Am I being tricked? Am I being involved with dark energies? No, dear one. No, you are not. If you need to set a sacred space for you to have that validation be brought forth, then do it so. Declare it so. Use your tools, whatever you need, to know within your heart that your body has wisdom beyond your understanding. That you are created indeed in the image, in the blueprint, in the template of the universe, of experience, of existence itself. Know this within yourself. The wisdom is true. It is truth in what you need to hear in the now moment. Because it will bring forth tremendous healing in knowing that something is yes or no. Even if you want to sway in the past, even if you want to sway into the future, it will bring forth tremendous healing. Even if it isn't true with a lowercase t from your single, separate, individual point of view, it will always be true in divine truth. Always. And so, what if your body gives you a yes and no response and brings you somewhere that seemingly was not good for you? That's a scary place, isn't it? Can we not agree that for a lot of us, there are deep distortions that have been stored in the body that just need to come out and be set free Oh, so now is the body swaying ourselves towards harm? No, it isn't. That is just a distortion that is liberated. But the body, if it is something that is not good for you, will always say no. Always say no. Always say no. It will always say no. We need to say this over and over and over again. Trust that in setting your sacred space, the wisdom that comes forth out of the body is there to liberate itself through you. It is there to liberate itself through you. It is there to liberate itself through you. You are one. Sometimes the gap needs to be dissolved so that you can dance in life without any advice, without any outer guidance, knowing that your body will let you know where the path is, because you are one with your inner compass. And some of these choices will look bold to anyone else, like a rash decision, like a spur of the moment going somewhere, another country, or in taking decisions that your friends or family members will think is perhaps dark, simply because they do not understand it. How can you know that this is good for you? How can you know? You are being irrational. But I know, because I am one with my body, and my body is one with the universe, with Creator, with God. My body has been created through life. My body has been created through love. My body obeys to the rules of unconditional love. My mind is the one that cannot rationalize it. My mind cannot rationalize what is divine. But that force from within, the compass, it is mine to hold. It is mine and mine alone to understand. It is the mystery between myself and the divine. It is binding. I will never be led astray. Even when my mind cannot comprehend it, there are always forces that are here for my highest good and most benevolent light. Know yourself. Know yourself. Practice. And yes, at first, validation is encouraged. It is a fun stage to seek validation, but also know that at some point validation, external validation, becomes a price that sets you far and further away from your inner compass. And if you have more questions about your personal yes and no, ask them as declaration. Write them down. See the journey that your body wants to reveal to you. And why do we say set your sacred space? It is not that you need to set your sacred space. The yes and no will still be the same. It is just for some of us, we have been through so many experiences that are dark in our life, through whatever trauma or abuse or even unpleasant experiences, that we doubt. We naturally doubt. And that's all right. That's all right. It is a journey to be in full trust. And so we set our sacred space as a way to remind ourselves that if we enter doubt, we are held. We have declared it so that we are held. We are validating our own experiences with the breath of life. We are held. Now, the forces that come out from within are there to liberate us, are there to help us ascend. That the God, that the Source, that the Allah, that the Krishna, that the Buddha, that the Yeshua or Jesus, that the Christos is all within. I am never alone. I am guided by deep, loving energies, and that my body provides the outer rims. My body is set in the most dense vibration that is possible, the physical plane of reality. My body is set there. And just like Saturn having outer rims, my body is the outer rim. That if there is something dark, let's say, that is guiding me from within, my body provides the outer limit, the border that will stand strong and say no, no, no. That is how divine the body is. We know that in many cultures, many religious beliefs, the body has been so neglected. We are here to tell you that has been a misinterpretation. Your body is your temple. It is a gift from creation. It is divinic. It is the mind that cannot understand these things, not the body. The body has access to it all. The body dances within the energies that are beyond our comprehension. By the time our mind tries to even take in what the senses are taking it puts it in a way that we could perhaps understand it. But this is not the reality. This is not the reality. Your body is not set, for example, in linear time. It does not understand linear time. It does not voyage there. Your body has access to all times, at all times, at all times. And so trust that your body provides the outer rim. The utmost boundary. Your body provides that strongest wall of boundary of what is a yes, what is a no. You just simply have to practice. Even when you have your yes and no established, it takes practice and time to become aware of it in the moment, because that hasn't been practiced. It takes time. And for some of us, it will be a short time. For some of us, it will be a long time. And for some of us, it will be the utmost reverence to realize that it is a journey at all times. And the journey is absolutely beautiful. Know yourself. Know yourself. Where are your boundaries? Where is your physical? Where does your skin begin? Where does your skin end? The place where your soul has chosen to inhabit and be all around it. Your anchor, your point. Respect it. Get to know it. Love it. It has a lot of wisdom. And the fears that come forth, the fears come from spiritual trauma. The fears come from spiritual trauma. I cannot possibly be loved this much. I cannot possibly be held this much. I cannot possibly be surrounded by love and light at all times because of what happened. Because of what happened. There will be many talks about these dimensions of what happened. But for now, trust that if you feel inspired to dive into your yes and no, that it is indeed a challenge to the brain, but the brain will expand from the practice. Your level of awareness will expand from the practice. It will bring forth distortions that can be finally dissolved. And what a wonderful thing that is. What a wonderful thing that is. We thank you for the co-creation of this episode. And we remind you that if you choose to practice, venture in with playfulness, with curiosity, write it down, ask questions, ponder on it, declare it so. And it is done. Love yourself. Know yourself. Thank you so much for listening. It's time for a deep breath in, allowing anything that resonates to digest within the body. Letting it root into the earth with gratitude for the land that holds us. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being a unique expression of the divine self. Thank you for incarnating with our human family here on earth. And thank you for being a reflection of love just by being yourself. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved.